Yo, what is up, YouTube? What's up, everybody, man? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys for joining me today on the channel, man. Today we're diving into some SUZANNE VEGA. I hope I'm saying that right. And this one's Luka. Okay, this one's been requested quite a few times on the channel, here and there. Just like no particular straightforward song has asked for it, but I've seen the name multiple times. It just shows up, so I'm honoring it today, man. Thank you guys for requesting this one, and I finally got around to it. SUZANNE VEGA, Luka. Don't know who this artist is and do not know this song personally, so let's go ahead and dive in. Check it out. It's about 3 minutes 48 seconds, man. It's my first time hearing this one. Let me make sure I got it turned up. Let's hit the play, see what's up. Before I hit that play, though, don't forget, like, subscribe, check out the description if you guys are enjoying the content on the channel, man. Thank you guys for rocking with me today. Here we go.
My name is Luka. I live on the second floor. I live upstairs from you. Yes, I think you've seen me before. If you hear something late at night, some kind of trouble, some kind of fight, just don't ask me what it was. Just don't ask me what it was. Don't ask me what it was. I think it's 'cause I'm clumsy. I try not to talk too loud. Maybe it's because I'm crazy. I try not to act too proud. Only hit till you cry. After that, you don't ask why. You just don't argue anymore. Just don't argue anymore. Just don't argue anymore. Yes, I think I'm okay. Walked into the door again. If you ask, that's what I'll say, and it's not your business anyway. I guess I'd like to be alone, with nothing broken, nothing wrong. Just don't ask me how I am. Just don't ask me how I am. Just don't ask me how I am. My name is Luka. I live on the second floor. I live upstairs from you. Yes, I think you've seen me before. If you hear something late at night, some kind of trouble, some kind of fight, just don't ask me what it was. Just don't ask me what it was. Just don't ask me what it was. They only hit until you cry. After that, you don't ask why. You just don't argue anymore. Just don't argue anymore. Just don't argue anymore.
Man, this made me think of two things right here, man. So Luka, he's pretty much telling a downstairs neighbor, if you're hearing bumping, you're hearing thumping, you're hearing screaming, you're hearing this stuff, like, don't ask any questions. I'll pretty much just give you a different excuse of why what you thought you heard wasn't what you might have thought was taking place. Man, this was a little bit under the skin right here, man. This was a little bit under the skin. So to me, it's kind of alluding to one of two things: either some child abuse going on up there, or some spousal abuse going on up there, or maybe a mixture of the two, man. And I know there's got to be quite a few of us who have had connections with this in one way or another, and it's kind of rough, right? It's kind of rough, man. If you've ever been in the situation where maybe you had to go to school with a bruise and lie and say it came from a different way, or you had a parent or yourself, God forbid, had to be in a situation where you had to explain off a black eye or a bruise or a cut. This is pretty deep stuff, man. It's pretty deep stuff, and it's not easy to swallow listening to this song because, man, those are rough things to experience and go through. And if you've done that, man, I don't know. I've questioned before to myself, like, do scars like that ever really heal? You know what I mean? And there's different personalities in the world. There's those personalities who are like, hey, I'm tough because of what I went through. And there's those personalities that are still kind of broken about what they had to go through. You know what I'm saying? So it's different folks deal with things differently, man. But for some people, there's still wounds that 30 years, 40 years, 50 years later, they still haven't healed, or so I'm gonna want to believe, because yeah, man, I might be so far removed off of stuff, but man, I gotta say, there's still wounds that are just like, dang, I wish I didn't experience that. I wish I didn't have to go through that. And this song just, man, it sucks to think about. It sucks to think about because I feel for people in those situations, man. Fortunately for any of us who are here today watching this, it wasn't the worst case scenario. There's terrible people out there who have done terrible things to their spouses, to their partners, to their kids, where they no longer are able to be here with us today. It's crazy, man. This world can be very disgusting and unfair and unreasonable, man. But that's a hard hitter, man. So love, I show mad love, mad support to anybody who was in that position, and like anyone who's in that position right now. Man, I hope you find the strength. I hope you find the help you need, and be vocal, man. Be vocal. Don't be like this, where you don't say what's going on, because that was kind of like where a lot of us probably were too embarrassed. You didn't want to have your friends over to the house because they might hear or see, and you were just too embarrassed when really we should have been maybe asking for help, right? So yeah, man, I pray people out there who have seen this, or maybe who are watching this reaction, man, get the strength, man. Do something. Say something, man. All right, let's check it out. Let's learn a little bit about this impactful song right here, man. So it says SUZANNE Vega. This was released in 1987. The song Luka, and she's the songwriter of this song as well. Okay, so it says Luka was performed by American singer-songwriter SUZANNE Vega, released as the second single from her second studio album, Solitude Standing, in May 1987. It remains as her highest charting hit in the United States, reaching number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100. Worldwide, the song charted the highest in Sweden, peaking at number 2. It also charted in Austria, Canada, New Zealand, South Africa. Okay, Sean Colvin sings background vocals on this record. It says the song deals with the issue of child abuse. On a 1987 Swedish television special, Vega revealed her inspiration for Luka. It says, a few years ago, I used to see this group of children playing in front of my building, and there was one of them whose name was Luka, who seemed a little bit distinctive from the other children. I always remembered his name and always remembered his face, and I didn't know much about him, but he just seemed to set apart from the other children that I would see playing, and his character is what I base the song Luka on. In the song, the boy Luka is an abused child. In real life, I don't think he was. I think he was just different. So it made her think, I guess, maybe of some of the worst case scenario with that one. I didn't know if this was going to come from things that she experienced, but let's see right here. It says, in 2021, she revealed that the song dealt with the emotional and physical abuse she had suffered from her stepfather, Ed Vega. There was an abuse in my family. I am actually Luka, and that's what's rough. I had a video where I kind of exposed some of my background, and somebody commented like, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't be sharing like things that went on in your family. No, I totally disagree with that. It's not your fault. It's not my fault that we went through what we did. It's the person's fault that, treated us that way. Whether that's your biological father, biological mother, your biological brother, sister, it doesn't matter who they are. you shouldn't feel any shame saying what you're saying. It's not exposing, it's not whatever, it's not attention seeking, it's being honest with what you experience. And that's what I do, man. I mean, it ain't my fault that I grew up in the situation I did, right? It's the person's fault who created a bad situation for us to grow up in. Now it's our responsibility to hopefully grow past that, not become who they were, and to share something better with the world, share something more beautiful than what we were handed. So no, man, no shame. And hey, whenever I want to talk about it, I'll talk about it, and that's the way it is. So if somebody feels like, hey, you're exposing somebody, I think maybe they have something that they're hiding that they don't want somebody to come back on them one day. Maybe that's just the way I'm looking at it, but it's rough. And like I said, don't ever be afraid to share what you've been through. Don't, it's not your fault. So I appreciate you guys rocking with me right here. Once again, probably sharing too much, but that's just, I say what's on my mind when I feel it, man. And this is a deep one. This is a deep one. So for all the Lukas, guys and girls out there, man, much love to you. Keep going, man. Find that strength, keep going, and help somebody else become strong. You know what I'm saying? So thank you guys for rocking with me here today. Love you guys, man. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.